the owners and the primary instructor for Texas and Florida licensing here at 2021 Training. We wanted to create a short video for the people looking at getting their Florida license and just explain to you guys what it takes, what are the requirements, make sure I'm doing the right thing here, because as you start a new career, we all have questions. I want to answer them for you. So the first question is, who is this course for? Obviously, if you live in Florida, this is what you need. This is the resident license. The 620 license is what Florida refers to it as, and this will be your only option to get licensed in Florida if you are a resident. And for those who live in other states who don't offer licensing, there's a multitude of states that you can be an adjuster without any licensing or training. Not that anybody would hire you for that, but it is possible. You're expected to get a non-resident license somewhere else. And so if you come from one of those non-licensed states, Colorado, Tennessee, Nebraska, there's a whole list of them on our website, you can use Florida as your non-resident license. And that's the 720 license in Florida that you would be getting. So it's a DHS license that you'd be getting if you come from a non-licensed state. It's the 7020 license that you'd be applying for. We'll walk you through all that. The important message is, if you live in Florida, this is for you. If you live in a state that does not give licensing, this course will work for you as well. So as far as the states are concerned, like I said, if you come from those states, it works for you. Who does this not work for? If you come from a state such as Louisiana or Oklahoma that offer their own licensing, you must go get their licensing first as your home state license. You'll be able to apply for a Florida license later through Reciprocity, but this course is not what you'd be taking to get your Florida license. So a lot of people ask us, I obviously need to work in all kinds of places if I'm going to be working as an adjuster. Where do these licenses come from and how does this work? What you do is you get your home state license or your designated home state license, and then through Reciprocity you can get the vast majority of the other licenses you need. You are correct in your thinking that if I live in Florida and I want to go work in Texas, I'm going to need to be licensed in Texas. They make it simple for most states. You go to a website, pay a fee, you don't have to do any additional testing, but you simply tell them you have your Florida license, and through Reciprocity they offer you other licenses, and you still have to pay their fees, but at the same time it's a much easier, simpler process. There are a few states who don't play the game of Reciprocity, and you have to actually go take their test. Those are few and far between, and we can walk you through those on a case-by-case basis as you get to them. So a lot of people are curious, what's required? Do I have to have a high school diploma, college degree, or anything? Really they make it simple. You have to be 18 years old. And then you have to have the residency or non-residency requirements, as we discussed before, of who this license is for. And then simply after that, you just have to take the course, pass the exam, submit your application. We at 2021 Training make it extremely simple for you. There's not a lot of hoops to jump through, and we lead you through the whole process seamlessly. So once you finish one step, we'll give you the next instruction, and as long as you follow our lead, you'll get there real simple. So how do you get started with your license? Simply go to our website, 2021training.com. You'll see a button on the home page that says Florida. It's obvious, can't miss it. Click on Florida. We've put together a page there that really describes in great detail, in simple detail, but great detail of what you need to know. We offer 3 different packages on that page. We refer to them as the good, better, and best. You'll see that all across our website. The good option, the better option, the best option. So the good option is simply your Florida license, which we've been talking about. The better option, the next step up, is for true career training. And what we've done, we've created a package of courses. There's other things you're going to need to know as an adjuster. Obviously, it's just like being a lawyer. If they gave you a law degree, you'd still be lost and wonder, what am I supposed to do from here? Same thing with adjusting. We've made it simple for you though. We've put this package together. It teaches you Xactimate, and we'll get into that a little bit later of what all that means and why that's important. But Xactimate is the software you use to adjust the claims, and we have a practical adjusting class that teaches you how to do your job. It's kind of a video on-the-job training type thing. So that's our better option, and that's meant for you as an adjuster. If you don't know anything about the industry, but if you already have some construction knowledge and understand basic home use, that package is for you. We have a best option. We found out some people don't understand construction, so we've added to the best option a construction course. And in that course, we talk a lot about the major systems in the house: the heating, cooling, the electrical, the plumbing, the foundation, the roof, and all the things that you're going to be asked to deal with on the various homes that you work with. So good, better, and best. You got to pick which package is best for you. The good option obviously is your license, and it builds from there. So my recommendation to you is, if you are just coming into the career and you have no knowledge of construction, get the best package. Get the Smart Start Plus. That's going to really train you in everything that you need to do. If you already have that construction background and you've done home repairs, you can fix your own faucets at home, maybe the best package is better for you, the Smart Start package. And if you already have a job waiting for you and you have somebody that's going to provide all that other training through their career path, go ahead and just get your license. And what I always tell people is, you're never going to have opportunities unless you have your license, because everybody's dragging their feet saying, when should I do this? I got this great idea of I want to be an adjuster. But the truth is, there's never an opportunity unless you take that first step of at least getting your license. One thing a lot of people ask is, do you have study guides? What other study materials are offered with your courses? And I'll burst the bubble of the mystery here. The state tells us what we have to teach you, and it doesn't matter who you are and where you're getting this from. We have outlines from the state that we have to teach towards. The things that are different about us is, A, we get to instruct you and we get to give you real life examples and teach you more particular to what you're going towards as an independent adjuster or a staff adjuster, what you deal with. But the better part is we get to teach towards the exam, is what we state. We personally wrote these exams, and we have a study guide that we include that we highly, highly encourage you to review before you take the test, because we boil all this stuff down into the study guide, and I can promise you, if you know your study guide, you're going to pass the test. We also give you practice tests along with your course. We encourage you to go in, take that practice test 5 or 6 times. And if you have time to work on that, once you pass that several times with a passing score and you know your study guide, go take that state exam. It's only 100 questions, it's only 2 hours, it's simple. So I passed the exam, now what happens? Everybody's real proud of this piece of paper we got from the state that says we're an adjuster now. What do you do with that now? If you took one of our packages, we've continued your training through Xactimate and through practical adjusting and through construction knowledge. Those are things you have to know. You need to know Xactimate. If you have not taken our course, go take it. If you have another person who's going to train you in Xactimate, that's fine. But Xactimate is the industry standard that most of these carriers use. The carrier dictates what software you use to adjust their claims in. And Xactimate by far has the lion's share, so you're not going to be really working as a property adjuster unless you know Xactimate. So get those things under your belt. The truth is, you're going to be waiting for some event to happen to where they hire new people. A large hurricane comes across Florida, you understand how many claims that creates. They're going to need people at that point in time, and you need to know what to do, how to do it to hit the ground running. They don't have a lot of time to hold your hand. They will not leave you just behind in the dirt, but they want you to have some knowledge of what you're dealing with. You should be able to efficiently write a claim before you ever get hired by a carrier of any sort. So we have further training for you. call us on the phone, email us. We'll walk you through that. We have options available for you. But if you bought one of our packages, you've already got everything you need. Just continue through with the other courses. So once again, it's real simple. You're going to remember I talk about simple a lot because we really do make this as easy as possible for you. So when you're ready, you just follow the link on that Florida page. It'll take you to the product that you've selected. Fill out the student information, process your payment. And what the system's going to do is it's automatically going to send you an email from our classroom saying, here's your username, here's your password, and you can immediately start. It doesn't matter whether it's 2 in the morning or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You'll get that email to log into the classroom, and you can start your course. It's set up extremely easily, so you can progress at your own pace. If you have 20 minutes here and there, you can work on the course. If you have 4 hours, you can sit down and do it. The good news about the online classroom, it doesn't really matter to the classroom how much time you have to work. So you just start working through there. Every 15 minutes, you're going to come across a quiz, and that's to help reinforce the learning of what you just looked at. Once you get to the end of the course, you're going to find our 100-question exam. You have 2 hours to take it. You don't have to have a monitor. It does not have to be proctored. What you will be required to do is, number 1, pass it with a 70 or above. And if you don't pass it, you can retake the exam up to 6 times. Once you pass the course, most people have no trouble passing it on the first time with the materials we give you to study with. Then you're going to have to fill out an affidavit that's required by the state. Submit that back to us, basically stating I took the exam, I did not use any other materials, I didn't use the internet to answer my questions, but I took this on my own accord and answered the questions myself. What you're going to receive from us after that is a designation letter. The designation letter is we're approved. I guess I should give you a brief example of what's going on here. We are approved as a designation in Florida. And what that means is there's a law in Florida that we've been written into Florida law that states if you have our designation, you do not have to take the state exam. So our course is in lieu of taking the state exam. So we give you a designation letter stating that you received our designation by passing the test. What you have to do with that designation letter then is get your fingerprints and make your application to the state. Once you make that state application, you're going to go through the process, and there's one other piece in there that you have to be thinking of. Florida uses an appointment method. In most every other state that you go to, you get a license. Your license has an expiration. Usually it's a 2-year expiration. In Florida, they have that same 2-year cycle, but it's structured a little bit differently. What you're going to have is what they call an appointment. As an independent adjuster, we're going to give you all the instructions of how to do this, so don't worry about it. I just want you to be aware of what this is. Think of your appointment as your license expiration. And so you do what we call self-appointment. You go on a website and you appoint yourself in the state of Florida. And instead of renewing your license in Florida, what you're renewing in essence is your appointment. You have to get CEs, and it's treated like a license in any other state. And if for some reason you let your appointment expire, you have a grace period window. And if you fall past that grace window, you do lose your license. But as long as your appointment is current, your license will be in state. Once again, everything's simple. If you have any further questions, feel free to email us at support@2021training. Our phone number's all over the website, 972-767-7699. We're more than happy to talk to you. If you don't reach us, leave a message. We do call you back.